Well, hello. Thank you for joining me this evening. Let's turn off that music and talk about what we're doing this evening. So last Thursday, I tried to demonstrate this card, and it's a Shadowbox card. And my phone fell off, and then my camera stopped working, and so I think everything's fixed now. So we're gonna try to do this card tonight, and then you can also replay this if you don't catch the beginning. So this is the first card that I made, and I may have shown this to you last week. So this is called a belly band. So I made that out of designer series paper, and then this designer series paper is the back side of this. So you open this up and it says Happy Mother's Day, and down here is the gold foiling that comes, it's in addition to, you can purchase it in addition to the designer series paper. And let me see if I've got that right here. I do. So this is what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. So this, here, let's put this out of the way so I can show this to you. This way. Okay, so this particular pattern goes with I was playing with this earlier today, so I didn't put it away. But this particular pattern goes with, this is one of my very favorite patterns. Oh, I'm not seeing it. Let's take this out so we can look at it. Here, it's this one here. So I had already cut a flower out of there, but these designer series paper, this comes with 6 designs, 2 of each, front and back. These are double-sided. So if I pull this out, I can place it right on top. See that? Isn't that pretty? Yeah, it just makes the whole thing pop. It adds that extra touch to it to make it extra special. And that's what I used when I created this. I used the top part. Let's see. Get the name of this exactly. It's called the Golden Garden Designer Specialty Paper. And then this part, this gold that you see on here, is actually a gold leafing that's new for Stampin' Up. We just got this in, and it's real interesting how you use it. I mean, it sticks to anything that it sticks to anything that is already tacky. Say like if you use a little bit of glue, or if you use your Stampin' seal, or if you use a detail powder, a heat and stick powder actually. So anything like that, this will stick to it. And once you put it on there, then you take a sponge and you just start pressing it down and then kind of wiping it off. Press it down and wipe it off. Maybe I'll show you that next week. and then you heat it up with the heat gun, and this is how it turns out, and it's just beautiful. So I'm playing with it a little bit because I want to get a little more detailed as far as exactly where I want the gold to be. And I mean, this is okay. I put the adhesive where I wanted it, but I didn't quite get it to stick everywhere that I wanted it to. So I just have to play with that some more. And let's see here. We'll put this away. So this is the other pattern. Now I have it upside down. Maybe it goes this way. At any rate, that's the other specialty gold garden specialty paper. So these go together. So this one right here is my absolute favorite. And I'll tell you something that happens quite frequently is that designer series paper will expire, or it will retire actually, and I don't want to use it because it's too pretty and I don't want to let it go. But as a demonstrator, I cannot show, I cannot show these products when I do my classes because you won't be able to order them at that point in time. So once they retire, I don't use them in my classes anymore. So I'm going to show you this next. Excuse me just a moment. I got to turn this fan on. Okay. It's a little warm. Okay, so this is the butterfly shadow box that I was trying to do last week and I wasn't able to get it done. And so today we're going to do something else a little different. And so it opens up like this. Whoops. And it says thank you. So I think I need to adjust that. Probably something was put on top of it and that's why it sagged like that. But because the other one didn't do that. This is our new Butterfly Brilliance collection. It comes with the butterflies, the designer series paper, the stamps, coordinating die set, and then this is a specialty paper that also you can get in as well. So let's get started on what we're doing tonight. So tonight we're going to use the Simply Succulents stamp set and the potted succulent dies. And I'll put this information in the description after the video, and I'll put links and stuff down there for you as well. So for this, you start out with a 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 cardstock, and then you score it at 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, and 2. And then you turn it, and 1/2. You do the same thing on all 4 sides. So 1/2, 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, and 2. And then the same on this side. 1 and a half, and 2. I like to use my bone folder instead of the stylus that comes with it, just because it doesn't, it's a lot smoother for me to use. The stylus is okay, but I have torn my paper before unless I'm using extra thick cardstock. Okay, so once you get that done, then you use the 2.5 mark and you go down 2 lines. So you come down to there. And then you also mark it at the 5 3/4. Let's see, yeah, 5 3/4. Down to the second line, like that. And then flip it 180 degrees. And you're going to do the same thing at 2.5, come down 2 lines, and 5 3/4, come down 2 lines. All right. Once you have that, then you're going to cut out, let's move this out of the way. So this entire square, I don't know if you can see that very well, but this entire square right here is going to get cut out. You cut all of that, off. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you would cut it like this, because this is, you don't need this part for the corners. And the same thing here, you're going to cut here and across like that. And so you just go all the way around and cut off those corners like that. Okay. And then the next thing you do is you're going to cut, I'm going to draw a line first. So you're going to cut from this corner to that first line and butt up against this line at the 2.5 inch mark or the 5 3/4 mark, whichever one it is. And then the same thing down here, and then you're going to cut this out. So see that? And then cut this out. Okay. So you do that on both sides here and both sides there. You don't do anything on this part here. So I'm going to set that aside because I already have one that's cut out. So once that, excuse me a second. Okay, I had to get a drink. Okay, so once that's done, then you start folding on these score lines, and then you want to use your bone folder and run it across it so it's nice and crisp. This is the part that is going to create the frame. And so you just go all the way around like this. So I was preparing for this class tonight, and I was able to get some things done in advance so that you don't have to watch me do all the boring stuff. So, but if you have any questions about anything, just ask and I'll answer your questions as soon as I see them. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we want to start with these sides first. So they're going to roll like this. Oh, but first of all, I want to just sidetrack here for a second. So for my background, I wanted the brick wall. So we have a brick and mortar 3D embossing folder. And so I took Poppy Parade and I put it all over the brick. And then I went over it again with real red, and that's how I came up with this color. So you just stamp that on there with your stamp pad. So first I'm going to do is put this down in here. Because I want it to be under the edges when I roll them up. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we need to put some really strong adhesive right here. Now you can use your Stampin' Seal Plus, or you can use tear and tape, but you need something that's strong enough that's going to hold it in place. Okay, so then this is going to roll and stand like that. Now I use a pen or a blender pen, whatever, and I kind of slide that through there. Now you can only do this on 3 sides, because then on the 4th side, or you can only do it on the 2 ends because you can't really reach that far when you start tucking it into the corners. And you'll see what I mean in just a moment. So if you see me tonight, or if you watch the replay, let me know that you were here. I would love it if you would like and share my video. I'm trying to build the business. It takes a little while. You need to have customers and people who want to come and watch your videos and learn about stamping. And I could use a little bit more exposure if you don't mind. I've got this red. Okay, so this I got the red ink all over my hands when I was doing the brick wall, and I was trying to clean off the embossing folder, and that's how I got the red ink on my fingers. Okay, so now for this one, you're going to carefully tuck it in like this. And then once you get both the sides in, it should pretty much stay. So we'll work on the other side and see if it's tight enough. It should be tight enough so that it stays. Okay. Now, whoops. Okay, so now we roll this one, and we're going to tuck it up inside of there. You got to kind of work with it a little bit to get it under there. Get one side and then work on the other. Okay, whoops, this one came out. Okay, so, and sometimes I will use a piece of, a little bit of one of the mini glue dots and kind of tuck it in there to make it stay. But sometimes it will cause these to collapse a little bit, so I try not to do that unless I'm desperate. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is decorate this. And I was able to cut out the pieces that I need, and then that's about where it stopped. I didn't I didn't have time to do the outside of it, so we'll do that together. So I hadn't really thought about how I'm going to put this together too much. I think that, let's see, I want to put this behind here. Whoops. I may have to put some stuff on that. Okay. So I want to put this in the back. So I think I'll start out with adhering this down, and I'm going to use the mini glue dots to do that because it's almost too small to use the Stampin' seal on it. Okay, so put that about there. And then this one, I think I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals. So this is a design similar to my Stampin' Up! Manager, Kim Pack, that she demonstrated at our last meeting. And she didn't make this kind of card. She did something much more fabulous, I think. I'll try to case her card sometime. But she used the stamp set, and the way she put it all together was just gorgeous. So the next thing is I'm going to put these on the sides like this. And then this one here I'll put here. Okay. So since I put the pot up on the dimensionals, I'm going to use a dimensional for this as well. So tell me where you're from. Tell me if you enjoy stamping, how long you've been stamping. Are you a scrapbooker too? Do you enjoy all sorts of crafts? So I'm going to cut a piece off of here to put on the back of this. We'll put that here. So this is soft suede. That's what I stamped. That's what I stamped the pot onto with soft suede. So I did a tone on tone for that. And then I used the Stampin' Right markers I used the terracotta Stampin' Right marker to color those pieces in. And then this here is garden green and mint macaron. And then this is soft sea foam with the Pear Pizzazz ink. And then I have this piece, and it is Old Olive. And I thought about, you know, sticking this underneath here. Or maybe I should put it underneath here. I'll pull that up a little. And then I was thinking about kind of letting it rest up here. So let me know what you think about that idea. Yeah, I like it. So let me know what you think. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we need to create the part. We're going to create this part with the designer series paper. So, and I hadn't gotten that far yet, so I don't know what designer series paper to use actually. So let's see what we have available. It has to be, let's see, 11 inches or 10 3/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. Let's see what I have here. Okay, we'll see if there's something in here that we like. This is the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. I love this paper because it looks 3D. Don't you think? I mean, that's pretty too. So tell me which one I should use. I think I should use a wood side. What do you think? Could use that. That's brick, just like the background. That's kind of interesting. This is kind of interesting. I like that a lot. That's my favorite. And this one, maybe if it was going this way, but I don't have a long enough piece for that. So tell me what you think. Maybe this one? Okay, I'm settling on that one. So if you're just tuning in, my name is Theresa Tucker, and I'm a independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, the owner of Tucker Top Notch Designs, and I've been stamping since about 2006. I started out scrapbooking, and then I started stamping, making cards, and I love it. Actually, I love doing both, but I don't have the time for the scrapbooking like I did before. Okay, so this piece, I said, what did I say, 10 3/4 by 4 1/4. Let me grab my cutter. All right, so 10 3/4 would be there. And this way is 4 1/4. Okay, so there's that. And let's see, then I need to score it. Bring the score back in. And this is going to be scored at 2 1/4. Gotta be careful on this because this paper's thinner than the cardstock. And then, let's see, I said 2 1/4 and then 2 3/4. And then 7. And then 7 1/2. Alright, so we're going to fold on the score lines and use our bone folder. To kind of make the edges crisp. Okay, so now we want to put this, let's set it in here and see how this looks. Okay, so I'm debating this. Okay, so the seam's going to go in the back, but no, not on this, it's not. So I'm debating as to whether I should, so when I made the other cards, I did not put any of the adhesive on the sides here, but I wonder if I do that, if that'll just help hold those together a little bit better. I think I will. So let's use our tear and tape, see if we can get this to work. I barely made that one. It's right next to the line. Okay. And then this one, it's really hard to see it. It's right there. Okay. We'll do one side at a time. You know what? I just realized something. When I created this, I actually put it on cardstock. So I think we'll get some cardstock and we'll put it on there. So it'll go on, the cardstock will go on the inside here. So this is fine, what we've done so far. So let me get the cardstock. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. I've got a basic gray granite, Night of Navy. Let's see here. So this is really just going to be for support. All right, so we're going to cut this just like we did the designer series paper. It's 10 3/4. By 4 1/4. And then we're going to score it. I don't have much room up here on my desk. I don't normally work on this desk. This is just for the filming and the live videos. Okay, so now we're going to score at 2 1/4, 2 3/4, and then at 7 and 7 1/2. Okay, now so we just finished a promotion. It was called Celebration, and it was interesting. It was the first one that I really got involved with. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on here. That does, oh, I see. Flip it around this way. Okay, so that's going to fit right on there like that. I will still use, I'll still use that tape though, because that'll help keep it together. And I think I'm gonna try to get this on this edge as close as I can. So sorry if my head's in the way. Just want to make sure that these line up. The simplest way to do this might be just to stand it up like that. I'll put this one right on that line. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I think that looks good. It didn't line up exactly straight. I'll fix that though. Okay, so I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut it along the edge here so this doesn't stand up. I wonder if I should cut this bottom part off. I think I'll wait and see how this looks. I may end up cutting this slate gray off right up here. We'll see. All right, so back to this. So now what I'm going to do is I'll put some tear and tape right there. This is much easier to see even. Okay, and on this side. And then we need to be thinking, what color is the belly band going to be? And how are we going to decorate it? I hadn't thought about that yet. So this is this side. Come on. Really, it's pretty simple to get these off. There we go. Okay. All right. So the whole idea of doing this, hang on a second. Okay, so now we're going to put this down. This part makes me nervous. Don't watch me. Just kidding. I don't know if that's going to help. I may just have to... Yeah, I probably should. Just one second. Let's pull this off for now. Okay. So... see that it's got this tape down here, but there isn't a good way to get it to stick. Maybe if I run my fingers across the back, that'll help. That seems to have helped some. The same with this side. Well, maybe not. These are so cute when they're done. You saw the others. They're just so cute. Here, see? They're so cute when they're finished. So I'm going to try to put a glue dot. I'll use my pick tool, and I'm going to use the spatula end. And you know what, maybe I will try to use the other end. We'll see how that works. Because the glue dots, because they're so sticky, I'm going to roll it up. So I just want part of it. I don't need it so big. Okay. So we're going to try to put it in here. I'm going to push down on this. And then hopefully it will go right in there and stick together. Kind of have to push it up in there like that. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Sometimes it works and sometimes I have a little trouble with it, but I think by rolling it up like this, like I'm doing this time, it's going to make it better. Because before I was trying to put it in there flat. Oops. Get in there. Hey, there we go. As my husband says, we're cooking with gas now. Push that in there very carefully. So when I'm putting this glue dot in there, so it's on the bottom side of the pick tool, but when I put it in there, I'm kind of pushing up on this part so that it sticks to both of them. So that looks pretty good. I'm happy. I was working on a different one early today, and I couldn't quite get it the way I wanted it, and I was getting so frustrated, and I thought, how am I going to do a live video if I can't get this to work? So I'm glad we figured that one out. Stick that in there. Oops, a little further. Okay. Hey, I'm so happy. My goodness. So now, let's see if I can line this up. And press it down. And then this side. Come on. I have no fingernails, none. So when I've been working from home now for a year, but when I'm in the office, because I work at the university, I always have my nails done. I always get a manicure, but since I haven't been out back to the office yet, I've just been at home. So I think my husband and I are planning on going to church on Sunday. It'll be the first time we've been to church since this pandemic started. I'm missing it. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. You know what? I kind of wondered if I put two of them on one side, because I didn't keep track. So I think I did. I need to put one here too. Pinch this together. Put that down. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay. Okay. I think we got it. I think we got it. Uh-oh. I may not have lined these up perfectly. Well, it's not sticking to it anyway. We'll figure it out. I'm not so sure that was a good idea. And this little guy, he can't be falling out of the card. Let's try to make him stay in here. I think I need some more tape over here on this other side. I think that'll help. So adjust this a little bit. Alrighty, maybe a little piece on the other side. I don't think I got it far enough up inside. So we'll put this on the back of this one, and then we'll kind of coax it up a little further. Okay. Well, maybe I should just cut it off. It just, oh my goodness. Let's try this then. If it sticks out this time, we're just going to cut it off, okay? Look at it. I don't make idle threats. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now I've got a little problem right here because it's not quite lining up. And I'm not having much success with, I haven't ever tried adhering this down before, so I'm not sure if it was a good idea. Well, let's see how it works. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to put another piece of tear and tape on there. Since I pulled it apart, it's obviously lost its stickiness. Okay, now let's see here. Okay, and then I saw this trying to peek out. My goodness. Oh, over here too. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so here we are. So what do we need to do? I think I usually put a sentiment on the inside, as I showed you with these. This one says thank you, which collapsed. I don't think I did that one right because this one is perfect and this one collapsed. So anyway, so I usually put something on the inside like that, but with this one I can't really do that, otherwise I'll cover everything up. And so maybe let me think about this a second. Let's see. Maybe I just put something like across the corner right there. So what do we want to put? What should we say? Let's see. What kind of card? see, I worked on all of this stuff right up to the last moment. Maybe something from that. Okay, so just thinking of you because you make me smile. Okay. Just thinking of you on your retirement. This calls for a huge celebration. I'm glad you were born. Today is all about you. Life is better with you. I think because you make me smile. So let's figure out how we're going to do that. Oh, I might not even have it mounted. I don't have it mounted. Scooch, scooch. Let's make some room here. All right, so we're going to mount this rubber stamp, and let's see, happy anniversary is up there. So this one here is because you make me smile. Because you make me smile. There it is. Okay, so if you've never done this before, it's really easy. You just take the backing off of the words, and then you take the back off of this, and this isn't really sticky. And you want to make sure when you do this that you are lining it up right, and you want to be extra careful for the stamps that are the same. You know, like if they go all the way across like this, there is no curvature to it or anything. There's no way to tell if you're putting it on upside down or not unless you pay attention. So you really have to pay attention to that. This one's a little easier because of the indentation right there, and it matches. So I'm just going to lay this on here and line it up. I want to make sure that it's straight. So there we go. All right. So the next thing we need to figure out is how, you know what, that isn't sticking. Okay, so the next thing we need to figure out is how long we need. It's hard to figure because, well, I can figure it from this way. So probably like, I might be able to get by with 2 inches. Yeah, probably 2 inches. All right, and this is about 1.5 inches, so that'll be perfect. So let's stamp this on a piece of white cardstock. And I think I've got plenty of scraps. And then let's also, I think we'll stamp it with the real red, because that's one of the colors I used for the brick. And I need to get a clear block. Move that out of the way. Set that there. Move this out of the way. Let's clear off this area a little bit. There we go. All right, so we're going to try to put this on the block straight. Just 1 second, excuse my arm. So I want to see how straight this is. Nope, it's not straight. I'll just have to make an adjustment when I stamp it. Well, I guess it's not really going to matter because I can match how it's cut out to the direction. If it's a little off, it's okay. That's better. Okay. And when you're using rubber stamps, well, any kind of stamps actually, you just need to be careful that you don't push too hard when you're inking it up, because you'll get ink. It's real easy to get ink along the outside, and then you will have what they call a halo when you stamp it. Oh, you know what? I said 2 inches. That's probably not 2 inches. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, I'm still going to stamp it this way, just in case. Okay. So now we're going to clean that off with our Stampin' Scrub. Let's close up the ink. And now we'll put this away. Okay, so the other one, what were we going to use? Just Thinking of You, that's right. Do I have that one? Yes, there it is. It's mounted. So that's going to go on the front of the card with the belly band. All right, so let's see how we're going to cut this out. So I've got lots of layering shapes. And let's see. That one is 2.5. Let's see here. That's not staying together. I could use that one. That would fit. That would work. This one would probably work too. Oh my goodness. You guys are never going to want to make one of these cards. I've not had this problem. So I think next week I am going to make another shadow box card, but it's not going to be this type. So I hope you come back next week and see how that one is made. I think it'll be better. I'm not too happy with this one. We'll figure it out. It's okay. I'll have to figure out what to do. Okay, so I said this one would work. This one might be okay for the front. Let's try this. Do you like that one? Whew. That's a little big, Theresa. What else do we have? Okay, so we could do something like this and then put something here, like a part, like one of these pieces we could put there. Just have to cut out a stamp and cut one out. And then that would give it some extra dimension right there. So that's an idea. I like these Stitch So Sweetly dies. I think they're so cute. I like how they layer. This is probably going to be too big. Come on. I don't know, you guys, what do you think? Here, I've got an idea. Let's see how it fits on here. I mean, it would work. I don't know, I kind of like that better. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. And whoops. So I think for the Because You Make Me Smile, I think I'm going to use this one. Okay, let me get these out of the way for a moment. All right, let me bring in my embossing machine. Okay, we are going to line this up. And just to make sure it doesn't move, I'm going to put this Post-it down and put the other plate on top and then run it through. Okay, so there's that one. So let's go ahead and run the other one through as well so that we just have them both done at the same time. Let me put this over here so I don't lose it. And then we'll stamp this. Perfect. And clean the stamp. All right, so we're going to run this one through. So I'm going to offset this a little bit so that we can put something over on the side. Hold that down, keep it in place. Sorry about my arm being in the way. All right, so now we have that one cut out too. So we can put this big guy back over here. That's the host code. If you order anything from me, use the host code when you get ready to check out, so that you get Tucker tokens, that you can get Tucker tokens, and then you can go on a shopping spree with me. You get whatever you want, up to, I think it's $50. Okay, so now we need to make a belly band to go around this. And I'm kind of leaning towards doing it with this gray again. Actually, maybe I'll just do it with designer series paper. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I don't think it should be wood. It just looks kind of bland. That might work. Okay, let's use that. All right, so now I just need to figure out the length, because it needs to be a little bit more than the 10 3/4 inches. It's already 12 inches. And I needed to overlap some. So let's start out with 11.5, because we can always trim it. And oh, why did I make this one 2 1/4? I'm going to cut 2 1/4 this way first, so I'm not wasting so much paper. And what did I say? Did I say 11.5? I think so. All right. I'm going to figure this out, and then I'm going to let you know. That's really bugging me. Okay, so this is the piece that'll go around, and we will overlap it in the back like that. Let's see here. I don't know if I want to score it though, because maybe just pinch it like this. Okay, so it's overlapping about 2 inches. I can use this or the tear and tape. I think I'll use the tear and tape. Boy, this class has taken a while, isn't it? I should have been more prepared, maybe. Okay, so let's put this on here. And then pull it kind of tight, but not so tight that we can't slip it off. Okay. Now we can put this on the front, and we need to put something over here. It needs something. It's just, it doesn't look good, just bare naked. Look at that. Okay, so first of all, it's not a good idea to it's not a good idea to adhere this together. My thought was that it would stay better or easier, but it's not. So that's the first thing, is don't do that. I hadn't done that before. I thought I'd give it a try, and it's not a good idea, so don't do that. Okay, so we need something on there, and here's the stamp set. I think that this is too big, but maybe a couple of these. What do you think? Set this aside. Or maybe just one. What do you think? One? I don't know, that might not be enough. Let's stamp this. I'll stamp it on mint macaroon, I think. Or mint macaron it is, actually. And I think I used Pear Pizzazz with that. I got all kinds of scraps. I don't throw them away. Okay, so we're going to stamp this. Oh, it's not very dark. Let's see. Maybe any apple green. Yeah, I like that one. So yeah, I didn't clean the stamp before I used the Granny Apple Green because this was a lighter color and I knew that it wasn't going to make a difference. So that's why I didn't clean the stamp first. Now, if I was going from dark to light, I would have had to clean the stamp off. Okay, so now we're going to cut that out. And it's going to take one of these. And then I'm going to cut this out in the garden green. Let's see if we can get this lined up right. Nope. Just have to keep turning it until you find the right spot. All right, I'm not going to drag my embosser back over here. I'm just going to go over there and do that, and I will cut this out with the green, garden green. So, okay. I'm over here at my cut and emboss machine and getting everything lined up. And then I'm going to try to sneak this other piece on. I'm going to run them through at the same time. Okay, I'm back. Where'd it go? Did it stick to the plate? Yes, it did. Oh boy. You just gotta laugh. That's all I can say. All right, and so now we have that one too. So we've got both of these. And I'll put these back so they don't get lost. All right, so now all we have to do is put this together. So what do you think of that? Do you like that? I think that looks nice. So I'm going to put this down, and then I'm going to put this up on dimensionals, and then we'll put this up on dimensionals on the belly band as well. Okay? I'm not too worried about using the mini glue dots because it's not going to show because that other flower is going to be over it. Just want to make sure we get it in the right spot. Okay. And we'll put this on dimensionals. There. I like that. All right, so let's put this back on. And we're going to put that on there like that. I like it. I like how this part turned out. There we go. Okay, so we've got this done, and the only problem I'm having right now is this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remake this box and not attach this to the sides, and then I will add this to the end of the video when I edit it. So thanks for sticking with me, and I know that you're probably as frustrated as I am. So, but thanks for sticking with me. We'll get this figured out. This is the way things go sometimes when you don't plan it out in advance, and I didn't have time to do that. I work a full-time job, but I'm not making any excuses. So that's the way it goes. So like I said, all of the links will be in the description with the with this video, and I'll also put it on my YouTube channel, which is Tucker Top Notch Designs. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for coming along, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.